There is a kind of discipline that does not shine, does not shout, and does not ask to be admired. It is quiet, precise, sharp like a blade that has been polished 1,000 mornings in silence. Most people will never see this level of discipline, and those who do will fear it, because true discipline is not loud, it's cold, predictable, unbreakable. Today, I will take you into the world where this kind of discipline is born, the world of Zen monks and samurai, where routine becomes ritual and ritual becomes identity. But before we begin, take a breath, a real one. In through the nose, hold, and let it go. You will need clarity for what comes next.
Before we enter temples and ancient teachings, let me tell you a story. A story about a man named Ren. Ren was brilliant, sharp mind, good career, respected by his colleagues. But inside, he carried a weakness that shadowed everything he did. He could not stay consistent. He wanted to meditate. He wanted to train. He wanted to read every day, improve himself, become someone he could admire. And every Monday he woke up full of fire. Every Thursday the fire dimmed. Every Saturday he promised himself, "Next week I will change." But the next week never came. His life became a loop of beginnings and abandonments, like a warrior sharpening a sword he never uses. Ren tried everything modern people try. Habit apps, mood tracking, motivational videos, inspirational quotes taped to the bathroom mirror. None of it survived past 2 weeks. The problem wasn't motivation. The problem was that Ren was fighting a hidden architecture inside his mind, a force that the old masters understood centuries before psychology gave it a name. And one night, scrolling through articles he didn't care about, drowning in guilt he didn't want to feel, he stumbled upon a phrase: Guji, uninterrupted practice. He didn't know it yet, but he had found the system that would break him and rebuild him, like steel in the forge.
To understand Guji, Ren looked into the world of Zen. He discovered something unbelievable. Since the year 1200, at a specific temple in Japan, every single day at exactly 3:30 a.m., a bell rings. And since 1200, every single day, without exception, without delay, the monks wake up. No monk asks, "Should I sleep a bit more?" No monk bargains, "Maybe today doesn't matter." The idea of negotiation does not exist. This was Rin's first real awakening. The modern mind negotiates everything. The Zen mind negotiates nothing. But why? Because the monks understand something most people never realize. Your brain divides every commitment into 2 categories: reversible, something you can back out of; irreversible, something that defines who you are. A reversible habit dies the moment it becomes inconvenient. So Ren realized something terrifying. He was trying to build a samurai's habit with the attitude of a tourist. That night, he wrote something on paper. "From this day, I am someone who practices every morning. Not I will try, not I will attempt, not I hope. I am." Then he did something that scared him. He told everyone. His friends laughed. His colleagues rolled their eyes. His sister said, "You're too obsessed." His father said, "Just don't overdo it." Perfect, because now failure would cost him something ancient:
honor. The next morning, Ren woke up at 5 a.m. Not because he wanted to, but because he knew if he didn't, he would have to admit publicly that he had broken yet another promise. And when the alarm rang, something interesting happened. The mind, the greatest negotiator in history, began its assault. You're tired. This is not sustainable. Do it later. One day won't matter. But for the first time, Ren had leverage. Shame outweighed comfort. This is the secret monks discovered. If the cost of quitting is higher than the cost of continuing, continuity becomes natural. But there was still a bigger enemy waiting: his biology. Willpower could help him stand up, but it couldn't stop the endless daily question: when should I do it? Morning, after breakfast, evening, before bed. Ren realized this question drained more energy than the practice itself. So he stole the monk's second principle: non-negotiable time. He chose 5 a.m., not because he liked mornings, but because the world was silent. No messages, no noise, no responsibilities, no excuses. Just him and the practice. The first week was hell. The second week was survivable. By the third week, something strange happened. He began waking up a few minutes before his alarm. The body had surrendered. The pattern was forming. He had defeated when. But what was still destroying him? Ren was consistent, but inconsistent inside his consistency. Some days he meditated. Some days he read. Some days he stretched. Some days he journaled. Some days he did nothing and called it mindfulness. His mind had found a loophole. Yes, we wake up, but we don't have to do the same thing. This was freedom, and freedom is the enemy of consistency. This is why Zen masters follow forms, a specific order, repeated every day, not because they enjoy routine, but because routine eliminates negotiation. Ren designed his ritual: 10 breaths, 12 push-ups, 15 minutes of meditation, 10 minutes of reading, in that exact order, without exception. The first week felt robotic. The second week felt repetitive. The third week felt calming. By the 5th week, he began doing the practice before his mind even realized it had begun. This is the point few people reach, the moment where the practice practices itself. But life, as always, had a test waiting.
Day 38. Ren woke up sick. Fever, aching muscles, thralls in hands. Old Ren would have taken a rest day, which is another phrase for the beginning of the end. But Ren remembered the core of Guyoji. A river that stops flowing ceases to be a river. So he didn't aim for perfection, he aimed for continuity. He meditated sitting on the floor. He did 2 push-ups against the wall. He read 1 page. Not perfect, but continuous. Day 40 was even worse. A last-minute business trip. Airport at dawn, crowded streets, hotel without a gym. Old Ren would have said, travel doesn't count. New Ren
did push-ups in the airport restroom. He meditated in the car. He read in the elevator. People looked at him strangely. Good. Zen monks say, when your discipline looks strange to ordinary people, you're finally practicing correctly.
By day 60, Ren understood the final principle, the one even samurai relied on: pre-decisions. Samurai did not decide how to act in battle. They trained until the decision was already made long before the sword was drawn. Ren applied the same logic. He wrote down every possible obstacle: noisy guests, rain, hangover, late-night work, injury, travel, family visits, exhaustion, boredom, no time, no energy, no motivation. And for each obstacle, he wrote an automatic solution. If tired, minimum version. If sick, reduced version. If traveling, mobile version. If busy, micro version. If depressed, breath-only version. If overwhelmed, one-page version. If everything goes wrong, bare minimum. There was no scenario without an answer. Now, obstacles were no longer choices. They were triggers. And triggers activate systems, not emotions. Day 90 came quietly. No celebration, no fireworks. Just Ren, awake before the alarm, breathing slowly, moving through his ritual with the precision of a monk. His girlfriend told him, "You're different," in a scary way. His friend said, "You're obsessed." A colleague said, "You don't act normal anymore." Perfect. Because normal people live in cycles of temporary motivation. Normal people negotiate with every desire, every feeling, every discomfort. Normal people stop when life becomes inconvenient. Ren had become something else. A man who does what he says he will do, without negotiation, without permission, without applause. He had killed the version of himself that broke promises and forged a new identity in its place. This is the essence of Guji. Not self-improvement, self-replacement. Not discipline, rebirth. Not habit, identity. Final reflection. Your path begins now. So now I ask you, are you ready to build a discipline that frightens people? A discipline that is predictable, silent, unyielding, like a blade forged in ritual and heat. Because once you enter the world of Guji, you don't practice anymore. You become the practice. If you're ready, write your declaration. I am a person who, not I want to, not I hope to, not I'll try. I am. And from this point forward, let your actions prove your words. If this teaching resonated with you, subscribe to ZenForge so you don't miss the next guide on the warrior's path of discipline, clarity, and inner power. The forge is always warm. Return anytime.